Good evening. My name is Earl, better known as Tenacious Earl. You are on the Tabletop Baseball channel. I assume you probably are subscribed to the channel. If not, it'd be great if you did. You get updates as to when these games are on. And currently, so this is a live stream of a game. I am getting back to the 2008 Philadelphia Phillies World Champion Super Advanced Replay as played lineups. I have the chat room up. I need to look up a couple things for you real quick because I'm trying to I'm not going to go through the statistics at this point. In real life, the Phillies at this point, they were 19-14, so this is game number 33. So they've that works out to roughly 10 or 11 series so far. This is a night game in Arizona. I haven't rolled the weather effects yet. First off, I just want to say I was away for a few days on a Christian men's retreat. I was on the team putting it together. Fingers got sore from playing a lot of guitar, but had a great time, and I'm just coming out of it. I just like to work on things like my temperament. I'm feeling really somewhat more peaceful, I would say. Some might argue, and we will see how that turns out in a game or three. But all in all, I'm tired because didn't get as much sleep as I would like, but that's fine. So anyway, back to this game. The Phillies in real life were 19 wins, 14 losses. I did not see where they were in the NL East, but right now they are in 4th place in the NL East at 16-16. So they've been a little sluggish. Of course, they're without Victorino and Rollins for a bit of that time. Now they have Victorino back. They're waiting for Rollins. He should be back in a game or two. The Diamondbacks, they were 21-11 at this point. They were doing very well. That can't be right. My math is off. After this game, so the Phillies win this game in real life 11-4. After that, they are 19-4. So they were 18-14 going into this game. The Diamondbacks were 21-10 going into this game. So that's the setup for it. It's going to be Moyer, Jamie Moyer. We've seen him a bit. It's going to be Max Scherzer for the Diamondbacks. Back then, he was, in theory, their 5th starter. A welcome respite from Yeah, and I don't know, maybe if I have time after this game, I'll just do a quick opinion on that. But if I guess what you're talking about, which I'm pretty sure is what's going on with the National Goofball League. All right, so on the road, it means that Phillies will bat first, so let's get this underway. First, we need to check the weather effects. I get out my handy weather effects chart right here. We're in Arizona, so it's May. They're going to have the roof closed altogether. It's just a matter of whether it's going to be a good or bad temperature day inside. What is it? Probably called Bank One Ballpark back then. 13 means it is going to be average. So for singles, for a lefty, it'll be 10. For a righty, it'll be 14. Home runs, lefty 16, righty 10. So see if Ryan Howard can put a charge into one here. So, okay. The lineups for this game. And as you can see, I'm using regular old notebook paper. That's the way I was doing this particular project, and I'm going to continue that. So, bear with me. I haven't done that in a while. Let's see. I can get it all in the screen too, can't I? Well, if I move this back some. Yeah, let's do that, and then we can move this up. Yes. Okay. Very good. I can move this over a bit. Okay. So, for lineups, Phillies go Victorino center, Bruntlett short, Utley second base, Howard at first, Burrell left, Jenkins right, Feliz third base, Ruiz catching, and Moyer pitching. For the Diamondbacks, it'll be Chris Young in center, Eric Burns in left, Orlando Hudson at second, Connor Jackson first base, Justin Upton in right, Mark Reynolds third base, Chris Snyder catching, Stephen Drew at short, and again Max Scherzer on the mound. So as we said, we got our ballpark figures down there, and it's ready. It's time. Here we go. Let me make sure my charts are in the right position here so I have easy access to them. And it'll be Victorino against Scherzer. Scherzer, let's just get this out of the way. They're going to be a -5 hold team, so it's going to be tough for the Phillies to run here. 0 for Moyer, and so it's going to be -1 for the Diamondbacks. A little easier for them, and they do have some speed. Victorino, 3-9. He will knock a grounder the other way. Against a righty. Sorry about that. Grounder the other way to shortstop, and that'll be 1 out. Stephen Drew makes the play. Eric Bruntlett against a righty. 4-4 is a catcher X. So catcher being Chris Snyder, 2E0, and no chance for an error. 2 and a 12. That'll be a pop out. So with 2 outs, it'll be Chase Utley. Scherzer looking for a quick first inning. Of course, this is 2008, if anybody's wondering. So this is why he is not. That's why he's on the Diamondbacks. 6-8 against a lefty will be a strikeout. So 1, 2, 3. For the Diamondbacks in the field, they get the Phillies out. Easy work for Scherzer, and Moyer will take the mound. Okay, so it'll be Chris Young leading off, center fielder. And against a lefty, a 2-8 is going to be a strikeout to lead off. That'll be 1 out. Eric Burns, 6-7, batting from the right side, and that will be a trouble roll for Moyer. 1 to 13 double, and it is a 13. So let me see. How was I was doing a little different back then, but we'll go with this. Orlando Hudson, Burns at second. What's he got as far as running ability, like steal? Well, he's going to get thrown out some of the time, but with the -1, I'm not going to bother. Orlando Hudson, runner at second, and there's a 2-6, batting against the lefty. That'll be a pop up that Bruntlett will get. 2 outs. Connor Jackson, (110), and that'll be a grounder to first, and Howard underhands it to Moyer, and that will be the inning. No score in the first. And if you don't remember, we do by inning. I've been doing by innings on the column. So Ryan Howard will lead off the second. 6-6 against a lefty. That will be a single. Brings up Pat the Bat. Righty-righty matchup. And there is a 4-10 against a righty. Fly ball to center. That'll be Chris Young, 2E3. 2 and a 12. He will get under that. And E3 and a 13. He makes the play. Howard didn't stray too far from the bag there. That's 1 out. Jeff Jenkins. And a 1-8. That will be a single. Howard to second. And that is to a single to center field. Or wait, where am I? 1-8. No, it's a single to left field. So Howard, being a 10 runner, he would have been, we're going to say he would not be held on. So, well, let me see. How am I doing this? I'm trying to remember how I did this in this project. I'm going to say that he would, let's say he would be held on. So that's going to lower that to a 9. And then you got left fielder Burns with a 0 arm, so a 1 to 9 chance. They're going to hold him up with 1 out at second base. Could be a mistake. Felice could be able to drive him in on a sac fly if he could get to third. But Pedro Felice here with runners at first and second. And 1 out. 1 on the D20, potential wild pitch. 1 to 7, and it's a 7. Everybody moves up. So, Felice still at the plate. And a 2, this could be a balk, but he does not have a balk rating, so a re-roll. 5-7 against a righty, that's a strikeout, a big out there. And with the base open, they're going to go ahead and pitch to Ruiz, even with the base open. I'm not going to take any chances here. Ruiz with 2 outs. 6-3 against a right-hander, and that is a ballpark single for a righty. Ballpark single for a righty is 1 to 14, and it's an 8. That will score a run, 1 base advance. Jenkins holds 1-0 Phillies. And first and third, maybe we should have walked Moyer there, but or walked Ruiz to get to Moyer. That's a high number on the D20 there. 2-6, that'll be a strikeout. 1 run across on 3 hits. What did I just do? Oh, yeah, that, like that. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth on whether you put a guy on or pitch to him. So here we go. Second inning, bottom of the second inning, 1-0 deficit for the Diamondbacks. Justin Upton. 2-11. That's a fly ball to right. That'll be out number 1. Mark Reynolds, 6-10 against a righty. That'll be catcher X. Ruiz, 2-2. 2 and an 8. That would be a foul out, and he's going to make the play. And that'll bring up Chris Snyder, the catcher. Nobody on. 2-10, and that's a strikeout. So 1-0 Phillies. Get a run early off of Scherzer, see if they can make that stick. Here is Victorino to lead off. Let me get the chat up here so I can start seeing some stuff. Here we go. Victorino, 1-9. It'll be a grounder to second. He's grounded out twice now. 1 out. Bruntlett, 5-6 against a righty, strikes him out. And Utley, the lefty, 5-4, ballpark single, 1-10, and that will be a single. They've gotten a good roll here early. They're not going to send Utley with 2 outs. That -5 is a bit daunting. Here is Howard. And a 3-4, 1-8 single. And boy, look at that. That was a nice turn of the D20 for Howard. So first and second, 2 outs. Two out hits in a row. Here is Burrell. 1-6, and he will walk to load the bases. Brings up number 6 hitter Jeff Jenkins. Can he do it here? Bases are juiced. And that is a 1-7, 1-8 single. And it's a 7. Another 1 base advance, but that will score the second run. 2-0 Phillies, and the base is still loaded. And Pedro Feliz. 3, and there's a 2. That would have been another ballpark single chance, but with the 2, again, no balk rating for Scherzer, so we re-roll. 2-6, and that will be a grounder to short as they're playing back. That will end the inning, but they do get a run. Dave S. How about them Bills? Woohoo! I didn't get to see the game until last night about 8 o'clock, and I avoided all social media to be able to see it. So, bottom of the third, 2-0, Phillies on top. And Stephen Drew will lead off against Moyer. 5-7 against a lefty, strikes him out. This is Scherzer. 1-9. That will be a strikeout if you need to see it. There you go. Top of the order, Chris Young. And there's a 5-7 against a righty, which will be a walk. He's going to try to get a lead there. Needs a 4 or a 6 as the total. He's going to get a 7, so he can't go, and he's not going to. So Burns against a righty, 6-7, and that will be that double split again. 1-13, a 2-star double. It's a 16, a 2-star single. First and third, 2 outs. And that'll be Orlando Hudson. Arizona trying to mount a charge here. There is a 6-9. Batting from the right side, 6-9, and he's going to pop it straight in the air, and that will be caught by Bruntlett. No runs on a hit, 2 left. Going to the fourth. It's 2-0 Phillies. Tell you what, Tyrod looked competent yesterday, and maybe more than competent, at least on one drive. I mean, those are some. I've been waiting for throws like he made on that drive, and he made some pretty good ones throughout the day. I'll give him that. Ruiz, a 1-5 against a righty. That will be a single for Ruiz. Moyer will be up to bunt. He is an A bunter, so they'll expect it. Makes him a B. And a 2 on the D20 means we have to re-roll because that means balk. And no balk rating, so let's re-roll. And that's a 10. That's bad. That is going to be a bad... Well, let's see. No, that's a pop-up, so it's not the worst. But it will be a pop-up to... Is that first baseman? 3? No, catcher. 1 out. Moyer cannot move the runner. Ruiz stays at first. Here is Victor. Sorry about that. I had someone try to call me, so trying to get this game done here. Here's Victorino. We had a potential balk roll, so we don't have to re-roll that again. 6-4. Batting from the left side, grounder to short. Could be 2. That'll be Drew, 2E16. And a 2 on the D20. They would not be holding Ruiz. 2 on the D20 for the shortstop. That is a 2. That's a 1 base hit. Single. And then a 13 on the E16. No error, but a single. Moves Ruiz up to second. So here's Eric Bruntlett. 1-4. Oh boy, a chance for a homer here. 1-3, not very good chance. It'll be likely be a fly ball to left. And there it is. It's a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught by Burns. No attempt to advance. 2 outs. Chase Utley. 6-5 against a lefty. Grounder to short again. 2E16. And I believe, yes, that was a 14. He will make the play. That'll be a 6-3. End the inning. Or end that half of the inning. 2 hits. 2 left. Yeah, well, you just gotta, it's like, I think you know the Bills are gonna have their games, and they're gonna have their games. I mean, at least their players didn't hide in the tunnel. But anyway, Connor Jackson. 1-3, and there goes some fans. Against a lefty, that's a grounded to third base, 1 out. Justin Upton. 5-9 against a righty. That's a grounder to second. 2 down. Utley makes the play on that. And here's Mark Reynolds, 5-6 righty. And that'll be a single with 2 outs. Reynolds, boy, he's good when he gets the lead. He's got to try and get a lead here. He needs a 5 for that. And an 8. Of course, here's a potential balk for Moyer. Doesn't have a balk rating, but can't get the lead on that, and he's going to stay put at first. So Snyder up with 2 outs. And a runner at first. 3-5 against a lefty, and he strikes out. Okay. Again, this is the 2008 Phillies replay. Phillies, of course, the World Series champions that year. We've been trying to take them through it. It's been a while since I played a game in this. They are at 16-16. They're basically 3 games behind their pace that year, but you might expect that from time to time. Ryan Howard against Scherzer, 2-10, grounder to second, and that'll be an out, 1 out. Pat the Bat Burrow, 6-10 righty, grounder to third, X. That'll be Reynolds, 4E37, not a very good fielder, but I think he's going to make the play on this. Let's see. The question is the E37 on the 8, and he does make the play. 2 outs. And Jeff Jenkins, lefty that specializes against righties, platooning with Worth at this position in the season. 3-7, and it's a fly ball to left. And that'll be all for their half of the 5th. Still 2-0 Phils. Moyer looking to get through the 5th here. It's going to be Drew, Scherzer, and Young. Probably stick with Scherzer. He's pitching all right. Phillies scraped together a couple runs there. Drew, lefty-lefty matchup, and that is going to be a single to lead off. It's going to give Scherzer, who's not a good bunter in this season, he's a D, so that's going to make him an E. He's still going to go up there to bunt because they're going to make it an E because they're going to play with the infield in, expecting it. There's a 6 on an E, which means that the defense can choose. Drew, a speedy guy, they're going to go ahead and take the sacrifice. That's going to be a 3-4. Move the runner up. When it says defense, you can do either. You could try to get him at second, but then, you know, it might be good if you've got a slow runner at first. Drew's at 14, so he's a little better than average, I'd say. So here's Chris Young. Runner at second, 2-11. Against a lefty, ground at third. Runner can't move up. 2 outs. Eric Burns. And a 2-4. Grounder to second, and Moyer is going to avoid any further damage there. Through 5. 2-0. Whew. Let's see here. Pedro Feliz, top of the 6th. It'll be the bottom 3 in the order. Feliz may let Moyer continue here. Let's see, 3-6. Feliz against the righty, 1-7 home run roll. Is it going to go? No, it does not. That'll be a fly ball the other way, caught by right fielder Justin Upton. 1 out. Carlos Ruiz. Catcher, 2 for 2 so far. 3-8. He will walk. Bullpen for Arizona is going to start getting up here. We're going to get Doug Slayton. And Brandon Metters warming up. So Moyer coming back up again to bunt. He's a B bunter with the infield in. And that's a 6 again. Now Ruiz an 11. You're still going to take the second out at first. Sack. That's going to be the pitcher. 1-4. They're going to let the runner move up. And it'll be Victorino. The Scherzer are going to try to get through this inning. Against Victorino. 2 outs. 1-4. And that'll be a grounder to first. And that'll be Jackson who takes the bag himself. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Bottom of the 6th. Trying to catch up with my eyes are bugging out a bit here tonight. I'm a little tired. I think that's most of the problem. So Moyer working into the 6th here against Orlando Hudson. He's popped out to short twice. 2-10 against a lefty. That's a grounder to short, and he's going to be out 3 times here on the day. Connor Jackson. Against a righty, 5-10 ballpark single, right-hander, 1-14. Whoops, that's an 11, if you can see that there. So he gets on base. He's going to try to take a lead here. Needs a 4 on the total, and he gets a 7, so he can't get it. Brings up Justin Upton. And that's a 5-6 against a righty. That's a single. Jackson, not the speediest of guys. They're going to hold him up at second. 5-6. I got to see. That's the center. That's a 12. He'd be held on because I rolled it. Is there a star next to him? There is, so I had to hold him. So that'll make him 11. Center fielder Victorino. What? Yeah, 3rd. Wow. 11 and -3 is 8. You're not sending him to third on that. So 1 out. Mark Reynolds, and the Phillies are going to get their bullpen warming up. Be J.C. Romero and Clay Condrey. So first and second, 1 out. Here is Mark Reynolds. 4-10 against a righty. Strikes out. Big strikeout there for the wily veteran from the southpaw side. And here's Chris Snyder with 2 outs. Can he get out of this inning? And there is a 2-5. And that could load the bases. That is a 1-12 single chance. And it's a 6, so that will do it. And now the Phillies have a choice to make. But it is lefty-lefty, so they will stick with Moyer. See if he can get through this inning. Bases are juiced. 2 outs. Stephen Drew against Moyer. And the pitch. 3-11. And that is a ballpark home run roll. Oh, no. Oh, no. Look out. A lefty 1-16 chance. This is a grand slam, and they take a 4-2 lead. Did we leave Moyer in too long? 1-16. That's an 80% chance. It is long, and it is gone. That is a home run. And they get the sweet spot there. That is a crushing blow to the Phillies as Drew takes him yard. And they're going to take Scherzer out after this inning anyway. So Arizona going to look to the bench for a pitcher, or for a pinch hitter. And they will go with Chris Burke. So Moyer, yeah, they're going to go ahead and make the move as well. They're going to go ahead and bring in Clay Condrey, the righty. So Scherzer went 6 innings. And Moyer has gone 5 2/3, but the big blow by Stephen Drew. So here's Burke, righty-righty matchup against Condrey. That is a 2-8, and that'll be a grounder to the pitcher. So 4 runs on the slam. And it's going to be, let's see, Bruntlett leading off against... Let's see, who are we going with? So it's going to be Bruntlett. They're going to go ahead and bring in Doug Slayton right off the bat, since they've got Utley and Howard coming up. So, top of the 7th, 4-2 Diamondbacks. And let's see what happens. See if the Phillies can mount their own comeback. Eric Bruntlett against a lefty, 6'8" right-hander. Fly ball to center. That'll be out number 1. Chase Utley. 1-7. That'll be a wait. Let's see. That'll be a grounder to second base. Sorry, I looked at the wrong side there. Lefty. Ryan Howard. 1-10. Ballpark home run. That will cut the lead in half if he can get a 1-16. It is gone. 4-3. So now with Pat Burrell coming up, they're going to make the move to the righty Metters. So Metters will come in, non-carded pitcher, but he will face righty Pat Burrell with 2 outs. Nobody on base. Against a righty 6'8", well, that's going to be a walk. It's going to bring up Jeff Jenkins. You know, they're going to leave him in there to face Jenkins. Burrell not a running threat. And that's a 2 on the D20. That would have gotten him out. So let's see. The 2 with a 1 means a balk check. No balk rating for Metters. So let's re-roll. 310. And that'll be a tall pop-up that will be caught by Jackson. And 1 run on 1 hit, 1 left. And the Diamondbacks, they're going to get Chad Qualls warming up. And Condrey will stay in the game, pitch a 2nd inning here against the top of the order, Chris Young. 5-9 against a righty, strikes him out. Eric Burns against a righty 4-7. That will be a single. Switch hitting Hudson now. Burns, let's see, Condrey -1, so that's a -2 total. Gonna have him, hold on. Here we go. Hudson. 5-8. Batting from the left side. That's a ground ball to second base. That will be a double play ball. 4-6-3. Ends the inning. We're going to go to the 8th. Phillies down by a run. 4-3. Phillies will get Chad Durbin warming up. And the Diamondbacks are going to bring in Chad Qualls, setup guy. How are we looking here? Okay, it's good. We're still on the page. Good. Okay, so Metters gets his job done. Here's Qualls. Going to face Pedro Feliz. Just about knocked one out of the park his last time up. Here we go. 1-4. That'll be a grounder to first base. Taking the bag. Here is Carlos Ruiz. 4-7 against a righty. That's a strikeout. 2 down. Pitcher spot now. And that will be... we're going to go ahead with Greg Dobbs here. And so Dobbs, the lefty, will face the righty Qualls. 1-run deficit. That is a 6-11 against a lefty fly ball to center. That will end the inning. So going to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies are going to bring in, let's see, where was the pit? I was warming up. Let's see, where is Chad Durbin? What did I do with him? Did I put him back up here? No. Did I put him on the pile here? Huh. Is he in this pile? Oh. Dobbs isn't staying in. So where did I put him? There's Romero. Oh no. Did I put him on here? No. No. Oh, goodness. I've goofed up here, and I don't know where Chad Durbin is. I wanted him to come in and pitch, and I don't see him. That's messed up. Let me check this one more time. This sucks. What the heck did I do? Slayton Scherzer. Did I put him in here? No. Up here? Nope. Alright, now I'm frustrated because oh wait, there he is. He ended up in the Phillies lineup somehow. Okay, just he was flipped upside down. I thought it looked like a pitcher's hitting card there for a second. Okay, here we go. Durbin. Condry went an inning and a third. And so Durbin will come in to face the heart of the lineup here. Connor Jackson, then Upton, and then Reynolds. 2-8. Fly ball to center, that's 1 out. Upton, let's see, do they have any moves? They could go with Montero. Salazar. Let's see. Upton 4-6 against a righty, grounded to third. 2 down. It'll be Mark Reynolds. What is their Augie Ojeda? Yeah, they're gonna pinch hit with Augie Ojeda. As a potential third baseman there. Better defense. So against Durbin, 2 outs, batting from the left side as a switch hitter. 3-11, that'll be a grounder right back to the pitcher, and that will end the inning. So we're going to go to the top of the 9th. We need to make a quick adjustment here for Ojeda coming in. He is a 3-E6. So and it will be Brandon Lyon coming in for the save. He's going to face the top of the Phillies order. One-run lead for the Diamondbacks going into the 9th. Brandon Lyon will be the closer, trying to get this done. And here is Shane Victorino. The Phillies have Worth on the bench to try to bring in. So here we go. 4-9 against a lefty. That'll be a line out right at the shortstop. Drew, that's 1 out. And Eric Bruntlett is going to get the brunt of this. It's going to be Worth coming in here to pinch hit. So he will face Brandon Lyon. 5-6 against a righty. That is a fly ball to right field. Boy, he just misses. That would have been a big roll there if it had been a 5-5. That's a 5-6. That'll be a fly ball to right field that's caught. That's 2 outs. One last chance. Chase Utley at the plate. Lefty against righty. Lyon. Can he get the job done here and extend this game? 2-7, and that will be a walk issued by Lyon. And so here we go. Ryan Howard, runner at first. Utley, we could try to, let's see. But Lions are good at holding the runners. We're not going to try anything with Utley. Here's Howard, 2 outs. That is a 4-8 against a lefty, and that is pay dirt. If we had said that Utley had moved to second, that would be a run-scoring single at the very least. 1-2 double. That'll be a single. It'll be first and third. And up comes Pat Burrell. First and third, 2 outs. Pat the bat against Lion. It's Lion. So used to looking at that in the French soccer league. Here is Pat Burrell, 2 outs. Runners at first and third. 1-5, and he swings and he misses. That is a strikeout. Ball game is over. The Phillies are losers of this one. That'll be a 4-3 final. So that's that. The winner will be Scherzer. And let's see. Moyer gets the loss, of course, since and you're going to get a 1-inning save for Brandon. Why did I put an L? That's an S for Lion. Some holds go around. The big hero, Stephen Drew, 2 out, grand slam home run, does the Phillies in here at, I'm assuming it's Bank One Ballpark here at this point. I think it was. So it was a good game. Phillies, did I say 4-2? It's 4-3. Maybe I don't know if I said 4-2 there somewhere, but it's 4-3. Well, it was 4-2 after the home run, and then the Phillies picked up a home run from Ryan Howard. Let's see, that is his, let's take a look here at the stats. That's Howard's 9th home run on the season. Let's see what's up with Stephen Drew here in this season so far. Is that his first homer? Nah, that's his second dinger. So a little disappointing there, but that's Stratomatic for you. It's a tough result, but you're gonna have some of those. So let me get things sorted out here briefly, and then I'm just gonna take a second here to finish off with my opinion on the NFL. T-ball, yeah, thanks. I'm glad to do it. So, here we go. The NFL and these protests. I think, I have respect, the greatest of respect for our military. And I hate to see them getting anything that would disrespect them, really. That is tough. I think it's easy to portray these protests in a way that gives the military and the people who fought for our country and the people who died fighting for our country, it can be spun in a way to make it seem like a dig against them. It's not. You're welcome, guys. But it's not that. All I could say is, as much as this country has progressed, I think it's very clear that things aren't, the playing field isn't level. Now, you might say it might not have anything to do with one's skin color. It probably does, and I can kind of understand why those people who feel that way would feel that way. And especially when a president who really, he's got so many things to worry about right now. This should be the last thing on his mind. You got North Korea farting around. you got the Senate and the House that are farting around, and you're out there tweeting about and making speeches about the NFL. Give me a break, dude. All right, all I can say is this. Now, he gets a little bit of it. Roger Goodell and the owners are the ignoramuses, because when Colin Kaepernick did his protests, they should have brought him into the league office and said, listen, this is how it is. If you want to play in this league, okay, what can we do to help you? What could we do that would allow you to keep this from becoming a negative towards the league? I don't think it would. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's nothing that could have been done by the league. Maybe Roger Goodell did these things. I just don't have much confidence in him, because I just think, he's basically sits in his league office all day watching the zeros add up on his bank account, and that's about it from him. So that's kind of I don't have a whole lot of respect for him, and I don't think the players don't have any respect for him. B, very few of the media have a whole lot of respect for him. They do on TV because they get fired if they don't. But you could tell that he is basically a joke show, and the owners only have him in there because he is basically their North Korea. North Korea is a foil for China. They take a lot of heat. China's probably given them orders on certain things they can do. I doubt Kim does anything unless he gets the okay from Beijing or wherever. I think that's the capital. So, Goodell, get the players associated, get the union reps together. Say, okay, we understand what's going on with Trump. He's like off his rocker right now. He just can't keep himself focused on a simple job, which is uniting a party. Instead, he's got to do everything to try to, and it's frustrating me, because once you put you get behind somebody, this happened with Bush. This happened with the Bush 43 in Iraq. You get sold a bill of goods on what's going on with Iraq, and then it comes back to bite you in the rear end. Anyway, Goodell needs to sit down with these players and say, listen, what can we do to offer you guys something that would be the equivalent of these national anthem protests, that you guys would be cool with us doing? Do you want us to set up a $5 million yearly scholarship for disadvantaged youth in the cities? That would help. Do you want us to pay for training, pay to help train police officers to be more cognizant and show more or to maybe give dash cams to all cops in the country? I don't know. There's got to be something that helps because the players have a point. The ones that are doing it, it stinks that it has to hit upon an institution like our military that protects us and defends us and puts their lives on the line. It's easy to construe the flag as the military, and I think it's probably right to do that in most cases. In this case, I don't think it is. This is just players being upset that in this country, and some of it, I mean, there's some ego slash, but it's a way to draw attention to a cause. Okay. I don't agree with it. There's a lot of things that I don't agree with, but I'm not going to go and I'm not going to. I don't feel like it's right to say you can't do that, and the owners can say that, If they wanted to, the owners could go down and say, you guys aren't doing this or else you're getting docked paychecks. My boss could do that. If my boss sees this video, my boss could say, I don't like your opinion. You shouldn't be mentioning this. If you mention it again, I'm taking action. I want you to delete this video. I would probably do it. Sure, I have a First Amendment right, but that is not absolute when it comes to things that are non-government related. The NFL is not government related. The government cannot impede upon the government can't come in and take them prisoner for kneeling. The NFL owners can hold them not hostage, but hold them accountable for that. But they are choosing not to. And that's their prerogative. A lot of you are going to stop watching the league. I'm not, because I'm a fan of the sport. And as much as I think Goodell and the owners have ruined it through a lot of stupid rules and a lack of foresight on many, many issues, I don't think this is a hill to die on. It's and Ken brings up the Ray Rice stuff and the spousal abuse. Yeah, it's, they're going to keep making their money. They probably figured they make money if they lose people. They just don't want a lawsuit. And I think that they know that probably if they get taken to court, that some unelected official in a robe will make them pay. But that's what I say. That's my thoughts. I'm okay with it. I would like to see the NFL work with the players to come to an agreement upon this, that this is going to stop. If that means that they just stop playing the national anthem, I'm cool with that. I would love that. Or if they just, I love the national anthem, but I don't understand. Or play the national anthem but don't have the players out there. That's fine with me. I think it's a courtesy. But if half of the players aren't going to find that to be useful to them to be out there, then just don't put them out there. The ones that want to go out and salute the flag, they can go out and salute the flag. And the ones that aren't, if they come out and do that, you get fined. And a lot of them would pay the fine. And maybe after you do that, then maybe you say, I don't know. Anyway, I've gone on. I've been trying not to take political stances on here, but I think this is something that is less political. I think this is actually a middle-of-the-road opinion. I think most people are either like, oh, this is the most awesome display of courage that players have done. And then the other side is like, these guys are anti-American and they should just leave the country. I'll tell you why I got to make this one last point. Why I'm really upset with Roger Goodell is that their lack of action to try and help bring this to a close and at least find a different avenue, that leaves a player that is my hero, that was my hero as a child, Jim Kelly. He comes out and sounds so... He just comes out and sounds so out of touch with where we are as a society. He basically says that somebody should leave the country if they don't agree or if they don't stand for the national anthem. And to put your former players, people that are beloved, someone like Jim Kelly who's gone through hell. The players, most of the players in the league have not gone through what Jim Kelly's gone through. But to expose him to coming out and saying something that's going to leave him open for attack from a lot of people that don't really know what they're talking about, that's just unfortunate. So, you could just put this on the pile of Goodell stupidity And I mean, I think he's engaged in so many fireable offenses. The top of which was the way that they cleaned up Spygate and didn't let the truth really be seen, and didn't punish the Patriots the way they should have been punished. So, you know, that's probably the first. That's actually at the bottom of the pile. This can go right on top, and what this could do is basically melt in the hot sun over all of this like a turd being baked into a turd sandwich. And there's a lot of other things that, whether it's the handling of every other issue, whether it's the lack of discipline when it comes to guys like Ray Rice, who deserved more quicker and didn't get it until the outcry was great. He's just a buffoon. And anyway, that's the way I feel about it. I wish my childhood hero didn't have to come out and get berated by a bunch of people for saying that LaShawn McCoy was this or that. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Sorry. Anyway, so that's that. I'll probably not make another stand on politics for another 6 months, but I've been trying not to because I don't think that's fair to the channel, but I guess I felt like this is the best place to do it. I don't want to go and do it on Facebook or on Twitter. It's like, I did make one comment on Twitter, but I just feel like it's a hotbed of garbage at the moment, all of it. And I just, if you're going to take a really radical opinion about anything to do with this issue, then personally, I would just say, who really, is it really worth it to get to the point where you're just like, it's a game. And if you say I'm not watching the NFL anymore, then you're basically putting your knee down, and it's fine to do that, I guess. At least you're taking a stand on it. But don't hold it against me that I don't, and it's not because I agree with how they're handling this. It's just that I'm too much of a fan. So I'm too much of a fan of my team, and I can look past the things that really, in the end, don't affect me, whereas I think there are a lot of people in this country who may be helped through what they're doing and drawing attention to a problem. And and don't get me wrong, there aren't that many in the police force. Almost all of them are good, decent humans who are out there being asked to do something that none of us really want to have to do. You know, they're putting their lives on the line. They don't know what someone's going to do, but there are those bad apples, and it's bringing it down, and that's why this has escalated to the point it has, and the comments from the president did nothing to help it. So that's where I stand, whether you like it or not. If anybody who has an opinion wants to create a YouTube video and put it up there, I'm definitely not going to say you're wrong. Although, I guess I did say that taking a hardline stance one way or the other is probably... I think a hardline stance in most cases is unwise. You know what I mean? The middle of the road... I mean, I know that Jesus said that... what did he say? Don't be lukewarm, because if you're lukewarm, you'll be vomited out, or something to that effect. I don't think this is an issue that being lukewarm is such a bad thing. I think you just need to understand people. I think you need to understand your brother some. And hopefully they understand, hopefully everybody involved in this also understands the other side too, which is that there are a lot of patriotic people in this country, and they aren't anything but that. They aren't racist. They just don't understand why people would bag on the military. So and that's somewhat media spin as well, that this is all about military, because you could just tell it's not. It's about the police, really, and it's about the lack of justice that is perceived on a number of fronts. And I think that's something that's there. So yeah, Al, I will stand for it every day of the week. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have the greatest respect and think so highly of our military. Those that, I mean, there are people that put their butts, I was going to say the other word, but I'm trying to be polite. They put their butts on the line, right? And the police do too, but, you just, I don't know. We have to get through this. You have to get through this. We have to get through this as a nation. And it would be nice if it would start from whether, and I've been mean to Goodell. I wish it would start at the top. I don't think most of us who voted for Trump need all of this hate crap from him. All we want is to see our country bettered through jobs and through the enforcement of laws that are on the book that will help protect American jobs. I really think that's where it's at with him, and he's being ineffective because of all this other, of the quagmire that he's getting us into through, that he's putting himself into. He can't be trusted by Republican leadership and the people that should be helping him, because he says wackadoodle stuff that they can't support. So anyway, I'm going to sign off here. The Phillies lose this game. They're 16-17 now. That puts them, I guess, 3 games. I guess there were 2 games under their pace before this one, and now they're 3. So probably have game 2 tomorrow night. I think so. But anyway, thanks for hanging in there, and thanks for understanding that my opinion is purely mine. It's not that of Tabletop Earl. But I'm hoping that maybe this gives you a chance to think about things, and just hopefully we can just try and understand that it's not that easy. It's not as simple as one or the other. So good night. God bless. Have a great one.